You're looking a little rough tonight.
Is she coming in?
Was this a rough night, Grace? Okay, you look a little better there. I mean, in the comments,
you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I just woke up. I was just watching you guys.
Yeah, we're talking about your father. He's painting. He's like a fine artist.
I saw you said he painted the Sistine Chapel of Cope.
I said he said the Sistine Chapel of Cope. So tonight, it's like, Ben was coming. I mean, that's fine. Listen, if Ben wants to believe in Jesus, and great, wonderful. But what I'm trying to tell your father, Grace, is that these things today are not going to get somebody a job. They're not going to help, especially a younger person, in today's job market, which probably is not too great to begin with. So how the hell does he tell you?
His coping, you mean?
Well, he paints in Cope. He's a Cope artist.
You should hear. You guys don't hear the private coping in the RV on the 15-hour drive home.
I can't imagine.
Sorry for you, because that Cope, I think he manifests.
Listen, he drives.
So he doesn't do it just on stream. It's in private too.
No.
So this isn't an act. This isn't part of the character.
No, it's him. He drives 1,000 miles. He drives 1,000 miles for Discord pussy. She's clearly trolling him. She's clearly trolling him. He goes, I wanted to visit Atlanta anyways. It was nice. And, it's her fault. She couldn't handle it.
We had to pick up the car dolly.
And then we go get this tow dolly, which is worth $75. She's like, let's pay $220. That seems like it's worth it just to put it on the back of the RV. You know what I mean? It's worth it just to get the tow dolly. He seems like a nice guy. You could bust my balls about it's only worth $75. But I mean, really, were you going to get a tow dolly? No. So let's just put it in the back of the RV and shut the fuck up. And he goes on and on. And I have to sit there and agree, or else I'll get ragingly angry.
Yeah.
Well, but I said, Ben, if Ben would have asked, hey, should I go over? I would have been, I said, but should I go, if he would just ask, should I go to 1,000 miles away to meet some woman on Discord, or that it could be a day? I said, no, don't do this. Please don't do this. But Ben paints in Cope. But see, Grace, your father is the Rembrandt. So that could be a distinction of a Cope. Maybe he should change the name. Yeah. And so he drove away. Did he drive away without the dolly or the tow component?
No, we got the tow dolly, but that was literally just to justify him going to Georgia, because otherwise he drove 1,000 miles.
He had to have something to come back with. It was like some other reason. Yeah.
And then he goes, what are you talking about? Pussy. I wasn't expecting pussy. I just thought maybe we could meet up and hang out. He's going to the gas station. He's buying her wine, beer. He's telling me, can you look up this type of beer and make sure it's good? He's on the way to her house. He's sweating. He's panting. He pulls up. She's not fucking there. And he's like, I think I saw her in the red. No, listen. He's like, well, a red BMW pulled up behind the RV. I'm pretty sure that was her. And I was like, if that was her, why didn't you just get out and say hi? And he's like, Grace, it was a sketchy neighborhood, okay? I didn't want to risk anything. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was her. I saw her through the rear view mirror. Her car windows were tinted, but I just got the fuck out. She couldn't handle it.
50 Shades of the Cope. I mean, just the mental exercise. I said, Ben, listen, you drove 1,000 miles. That alone, in diesel fuel, it's got to be a lot of money. I don't know how much it takes to fuel but it's got to be a good amount of money. And I said, Ben, if you would have took that money that would have cost to fuel your extravaganza to wherever you went to, I said, you could have just paid for some tuchus, Ben. What's the problem? What's the problem?
Oh, I don't like paying for it. I would never pay for it.
He's paying for it anyway.
You paid $500, $600 in diesel to drive down to Georgia.
And then
you didn't even get anything. You didn't even see her.
Yeah, food and expenses. So, it's more like $1,000 or close to it when it's all in done. I said, Ben, you could have took 200, Ben. See, Ben, Ben, you need to.
No, but that's the thing. He likes it. He likes it. He likes the fact that he spent $1,000. He didn't even get any pussy for it. Because now he gets to cope for months about this. His new thing to cope about. He has when he says Lalo has a humiliation fetish?
Yeah, it's a victim.
He has a humiliation fetish. It's obviously humiliating.
It's it's called financial domination, Grace. Now, there's women that actually do this. They do this.
I did it once.
And I think that's what Ben, I said, so that's why I said, I mean, if Ben was, but he needs to have a woman do a sexual scenario where he's like that sub, where he just needs to have a good experience. If he has a good experience, and I think everybody, because we recommend here, Grace, good experiences, whatever your kink or proclivity may be. But get a good experience. You don't need to drive 1,000 miles and spend $800 and have nothing but, whatever you want to do. Ben, this does not make a man. It's an exercise of painting and cope. It's like the process of cope painting.
You want to see the girl? You want to see the girl he went to Maryland for?
Yes.
I mean, obviously,
so listen. So
Xanthias could have told you that this is a catfish, and you don't drive 1,000 miles.
No. Listen. This is the girl he went to Maryland for. This is not a catfish. He did actually FaceTime her, but the reason he didn't show her picture on screen wasn't to not violate her privacy. He doesn't give a fuck about that. It's because this is what she looks like.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Is that a trans? She could have a.
He's like
honestly better than I was expecting. Actually, better than I was expecting.
She got that nerdy.
She's a
yeah.
I mean, Grace, I'm
out of his league, though.
My dick gets hard to decide the wind just blowing. So I'm pounding away, Grace. I mean, I'm going away, but 1,000 miles, baby, is not happening. I mean, okay, it could be 5 points higher than her, and it's still not happening. It's still not, because I have no interest of practicing that I'm a man and I'm not going to open my wallet. Like you said, well, Grace, you just spent, Ben, $1,000 to a woman and you get nothing. Yeah.
Ben! Oh, man.
She's a lesbian!
Yeah, and didn't like,
actually,
Ben is very feminine energy. So now, are you?
And behind the scenes, he's like, Grace, don't tell anybody what she looks like. Okay, leave that up to me. Don't cockblock, because
it don't matter. But it doesn't matter.
I want them to think she's a supermodel. So don't tell anybody, because maybe if you don't tell anybody what she looks like, I can just play it off like I saw supermodel pussy and I said no.
Well, yeah,
nice.
I mean, that's just
an RV with no heating and a Popeyes restaurant parking lot. Well, he's like
Popeyes. Was he contemplating in the cope as he sat at the Popeyes chicken? Was he like, I could see Ben drinking and murmuring the art of the cope, kind of painting in it, as he was already getting ready to say no. I mean, I would bang the shit out of that broad. But, I mean, I don't care. And then she could have a dick on there, too. And I'm still going there. Okay, Grace. So, but here's the key to Ben's story is that he goes 1,000 miles, gets absolutely nothing, and he's willing to do it again. So,
no, yeah, and it was actually a W. It was actually cool. And it wasn't even an L. Yeah. It was a W.
He went to meet a woman who totally trolled him, sent him pictures of 2 different models on Discord who he believed that both were her.
Oh, Lord.
Then he's driving back and he goes, well, I don't see how that's not a W for me. And if I say, well,
if Ben would have just cash at me $20, Grace, I would have saved him 1,000. You see how that works? See where his ego is getting him? You see where the theology degree has got this poor bastard? I mean, this is what the theology degree gets you. It gets you driving 1,000 miles to go meet not an ugly woman, but whatever, and getting 0. And I don't advocate for any of that. I say that's why, again, I'm proven right, Grace, that you go to a swing club, you meet a woman there, there is no this and that and the other thing, okay? And if you want to get with that woman then afterwards, if you get along with her, then fine, be it. Now, you people are doing everything incorrect, okay? And there are other guys out there that will do what your father did. Unbelievably, he got a dolly.
Grace, they're asking me to ask you to fix your mic. We can hear you.
Yeah,
it's like it's doing like a robot choppiness.
Okay, hold on. Let me join. That'll probably fix it.
Cracking.
Right back.
Yeah,
it's cracking up like Ben. The cracks. Yeah, Grace. Yeah. So that's what you get, Big Tech. I said, why do men do this, and why do you want to do this, especially when you're older? I said, come on here. Your ego. You're gonna pay. You're paying regardless. You want to take a woman out to dinner or whatever you're doing, you're paying.
I'm not shitting on Ben. Again, I like Ben. I'm not shitting on him with this. I don't even say it. I think Ben's just sort of like twisted. He's just sort of a twisted guy. And that's like the root of all of it. It comes down to like the thing that we're watching him do right now. He was doing that the whole time for his whole life. He's
been coping for 52 years straight.
Yeah. So
it's a lifelong cope. It's like Ben came out and, it was the cope began right there, Ozanthius. Ben's cope. Now, Ozanthius has been, but what you're witnessing here, Ozanthius, is good because we talk about bad copes here and good copes. And I really believe there are. And the bad one is going 1,000 miles. There's no sex, Ozanthius. There's no good experience. But that's it. So I'm wrong. How am I wrong? Your father wants to come in here and tell me how I'm wrong about this and how my way of at least thinking is wrong. But it's not.
Yeah. He's right. Everybody else is wrong.
1,000
He's
miles.
winning. We're all losers.
That's a W for him and an L for the cat.
Yeah, he was big on the W. I mean, what's with the W? I mean, Ben, I said, look at you. You want to tell me he couldn't wait with the philosophical crap and my logic 101. But Ben, I said, you're losing. You're taking L's and you just don't see it. Like going to this state or that state. And your father's on here. Listen, I'm trying to be nice to your father, which is probably a mistake of mine, but trying to tell him, hey, Ben, because this month has been difficult, I don't know if I'll 100% be able to meet you there. And even if you buy a ticket, trying to be nice, trying to be, I gotta tell you the exact day. Okay. But Ben has lost control. His cope is going to get more hysterical. Okay. He's going to get more, maybe Ben, we should maybe for content do an exorcism with him. Should I do that?
I don't think it's demonic. He's been coping for so long. He's never going to change. He was coping before. He was coping. No. Listen, he was coping back in like 1982 or whatever it was, before coping was even a thing. When girls rejected him and the other guys didn't want to play with him, he's like, "Well, I'm sensitive and I'm artistic, and she wants to be my girlfriend, but she can't handle it." He was doing that back then. He's been doing it his whole life. He's never going to change.
Yeah.
He still talks about these girls that he used to know in middle school, elementary school, and he's like, yeah, they definitely wanted my dick. And it's like, you were fucking 13 years old. What are you talking about?
That's a horrible. He's trying to read.
And then he reaches out to them on Facebook, and he's like, they definitely want this now. And they say, let's hang out. And then they totally ghost him. And he's like, oh, well, she just, I laid the game on.
She's a coward.
She's a coward. She can't handle this. Just like back then. He'll never get out of it. It's a permanent loop.
Yeah, we tried. I actually tonight, that day, I brought him on and talking to him, and
I hesitated to say it because you got mad. That's what narcissistic personality disorder is. It is that cope. It is where you're a wounded, twisted person who has like a deeply insecure personality. So you build this giant shell of a cope around it, and it's all cope. That's what it's not actual confidence. It's just perfected cope, and it presents as confidence, but it's just the purest cope.
But he's okay. If he's a narcissist, he's not a malignant narcissist. He's a harmless narcissist. Like.
Well, maybe except for the people that he harms. Except for the people in his life that he harms. Besides that, yes.
Yeah, but all my siblings think it's cope. Hey, guys, I got a YouTube career. You've got 1,000 subscribers, nigga. It's been a year. Oh, it's Grace's fault. Well, then get rid of Grace. Oh, I can't because I need her. But she's a bitch. Okay, well, you don't think that everybody thinks it's cope? It's not. Yeah. Nobody takes him seriously.
It doesn't really hurt anything except for the people that he's close to. Like, and you're like always crying, and Courtney's crying, and your brother is like,
yeah, but I have to cry to make him feel like he's a big man who could like hurt feelings. You know what I mean?
So you end up in this codependent thing with him where you're giving him the supply. That's the narcissistic supply, by the way. You have figured out how to just deliver it to him. You've adopted yourself to supplying him with what he needs through your tears.
Because he's good for content. I'll tell you what, he's good for content. It is fucking funny, him sitting there coping for like 8 hours straight on an RV trip, and the chat's asking these questions that just get him, and he's like, oh, fuck off, ban that person, whenever they ask a question he can't quite handle.
should get a
I think
woman
that's
to
why
be
Hormaxer
really-
says it about Trump, because Trump will fuck up majorly, a massive fuck up. And he'll be like, and I did the perfect phone call. It was so perfect, folks. Everything was great. And if you would have been there, you wouldn't even believe how great it was. And we're just winning and winning. And it's like, you're fucking everything up. No, I'm doing so great. And it's like perfect cope all the time.
It's good coping, yeah.
Yeah, he's
but
the
in the
top
case of
cope.
And it's
Trump,
entertaining.
I tried to tell your father that, in case.
And it's
but
hilarious.
Donald
Yeah,
Trump
everybody
is
loves him.
Donald Trump, and doing, may win, another term, and and Ben is what he's doing right now is not Donald Trump. He's driving to Atlanta 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Or some, he should just basically take a trip to Thailand or the Philippines.
Oh, I would never pay for it. I don't pay for pussy. Come on.
Well,
Yeah, no,
that's a problem.
no.
Yeah, well, swing
That's
clubs.
I'll just drive 1,000 miles and pay $1,000.
I'll drive 1,000 miles for no pussy before I pay for some pussy.
That's why I recommend. I said I don't want to do. I'm not even remotely. First of all, that's ridiculous for anybody to do. Second of all, if you're on 20 minutes, okay, unless there's some real fire ass and there's some really good sexual experiences, I ain't gonna do that. This whole thing is just backwards. It really a swing club. Yeah, it depends. Generally, it depends on when you go. It depends on the day, what time. Depends on if there's more men that. It could happen.
But I do want to ask you guys, because it's almost 5 a.m. for me, so I think I'm gonna go back to bed. But it was really funny what you guys. I just wanted to say, like, it was the painting Sistine Chapel of Cope is.
Yeah, should do a
so
thing.
good.
Should make an art thing or a digital thing of Ben painting telescopes.
I love that's the thing. I've never heard anybody say cope artist before. Yeah, it's so perfect.
So
He's
Ben using fine oils like Rembrandt and Michelangelo, and painting that. And they said,
it's the statue of David of cope.
Why doesn't Ben just fly these bitches out to the airport near where he lives?
No, listen. He did fly a girl out. We flew Ava out. She was over here. She gets in the car. He pulls her hair like a fucking spurg, and then she's like, "I want to leave," and he's like, "Oh, I couldn't handle the masculinity, could you? Everybody wants to call the cops."
That's the insecurity. The insecurity makes him self-sabotage. He knows he can't actually pull it off. He knows she doesn't like him, so he has to ruin it so he can blame it on her.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
She wants to be around masculinity, but she can't handle it when it gets real. Nigga, who the fuck pulls a girl's hair 2 minutes after meeting her at the airport?
That was
he pulled it hard too, and it's like, dude,
damn.
I have to sit there and cope for him, and he's being a bitch in the grocery store, and I have to bring everything out, and he doesn't help at all, and he's like, "Grace, to the car," and then Ava's like, "Why don't you help out?" And he's like, "Oh, so you're turning against me, are you? The two women party?" It's just.
Yeah, Ben is a victim. Ben is a victim. That's his victim mentality of everything.
Are you guys gonna?
That's the problem when you have Ben that was in his marriage for 20-something years, and then no experience outside of that. You get this weird sense of, I don't know, acting masculine. I'm just this way, but Ben is trying to, do certain things or whatever, pull her hair or whatnot. And I said, but it's Ben, that ain't your natural state.
It's cute in a way. It's like a 14-year-old.
Yeah, like a retard.
Watch way too much red pill content and is like,
exactly.
I
that's
know what to do with these bitches. And
that's Ben. But that's your father. That is your father, a horny teenager. Except for Ben don't have the test level.
But actually,
binge watching. Just your father, Grace. Honestly, he's binge watching, and I don't dislike your father. And it's just he's binge watching red pill content, and he's never imagine the guy. And I've seen this happen in guys where they've never seen this content and they binge watch it, and they say this is how the world operates, not being into the world or wherever they may be, and then they go out and start practicing this stuff, but not in a good way, so to speak. Ben is like that. Ben is like basically the cope art. He's a cope artist. And he's the 15-year-old that has watched some Sandman videos, has seen MGTOW content. He is taken in the world via the internet. And now Ben is ready to enter the world.
Yep.
He was at the courthouse getting transcript the restraining order for like the whole court transcript for that whole thing, and there's this lawyer lady there who walks out of a courtroom or something.
I did save Courtney. I did save Courtney.
True.
That's right. That's right. And Ben, I mean, the man is watching. Grace, do you know how much danger you're in? You're around basically a malignant narcissist, 15-year-old mindset, a cope artist like Michelangelo, no other, that has binge watched MGTOW content. This demonic entity now has binge watched red pill content and is ready to enter the real world. He's like a demon that's been released with the D-book box. You know,
he can't even put his own pants on without me getting them for him.
Oh my God!
Grace, get me my pants. Grace, you're not being a good woman.
Grace,
where's my coffee?
Grace.
I'm not gonna make it myself. That's just the type of nigga I am, bitch. It's like that 24/7. But listen,
so he's trying to act like the red pill in the house.
I'm like,
he's playing at the red pill fantasy in the house with his own family members. He's playing at the red pill alpha male type trope, is what you're saying.
That's awesome.
It's like the ultimate cope because it's just with me. I'm his own daughter. I'm like, nigga.
Ben should make it. If he wants to do content, that could actually be funny stuff where Ben puts on like a MGTOW hat. I mean, that's the next level for Ben to go, to wear the MGTOW hat, to put on a MGTOW t-shirt. And God forbid, I had one of these channels, and I'm speaking from some experience with this, is that, and I think your father is watching this content. So if you see him, when you see Ben binge watching the red pill content, you know he's into it. You know, he's watching this into it. I could picture him. He's like really rooting for it. He's really rooting for that. And this is the man that's had the red pill overdose, so to speak.
Yeah, but he doesn't follow the red pill at all because our TV is connected to a speaker that sometimes you have to turn back on so that it'll play the audio. It like dies or whatever. He'll sit there watching the TV for like fucking an hour until I realize what he's doing, and he's like,
"There's nothing on the television.
On, please. It's 5 feet away. He will not get up to do it. He'll just sit there.
He's a demonic entity.
Based
with demonic. No volume. I'll sit there with my headphones on, editing or something. He'll just sit there with no volume, just sitting there, seething, mauling for like an hour.
The man is
5 feet away.
The man has been released from like red pill hell. He's come from some kind of D-book box that Ben released himself out of the MGTOW box.
He's the perfect MGTOW. Yeah.
But that's what Ben should do. Ben needs to get like that could be, I could have good fun with that, with Ben with the MGTOW hat on. He has the MGTOW t-shirt. He's going his own way. He's got like a fucking flow chart of bitches.
But it's all a cope because he totally, at the end of the day, he totally simps for me. I have all his money. I have all his resources. Well, I have the career and he doesn't. And he'll just bitch and bitch and bitch. But at the end of the day, he simps for me. Like that's undoubtedly
You're holding all the cards. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing. I wouldn't let the man under resource have access to that, especially, you know, his level of access has been to the red pill content. Now, I know Ben has probably binge watched Sandman videos, Hammerhand. You know, Ben knows the world now. This is a dangerous thing. Yeah, very dangerous.
But listen. Okay. Yes, he will not get his own snacks. No.
He will, Xanthius, he will not change the channel.
You want to know what he does? Instead of getting his own fucking snack, he'll sit there and he'll go, Grace, do you know what time it is? And he'll go through this whole thing with me and he'll be like, it's 2:30 p.m. When was the last time that I had a calorie? Meanwhile, nigga, you could lose some weight. He's sitting there with his fucking belly like he's pregnant, but he's sitting there. When's the last time I had a calorie, Grace? Do you think you could make that happen, or are you a victim of that? And he'll sit there for 20 minutes, telling me about it. And when I could just go get him some food, he'll just sit there because that's what he loves. He doesn't care about food. He doesn't care about money.
Oh, yeah.
He just wants to sit there and seethe and cope. That's all.
Yeah, it's perfect. The red pill content is perfect for him, especially the MGTOW content. he'll fit in perfectly. You should change that up and try the Anthony should try the MGTOW content, because I think Ben could become a big star in that, and potentially their leader. Could be a leader over there. Be a leader into that.
But Uncle Max, listen. I do want to come out to Vegas to go to the AVN, the Adult Video.
Yes,
Award.
I was describing this to your father. He didn't seem to quite understand what I was saying, but
it's from the 24th to the 27th, and they let you stream there. I think it would be a lot of fun. And Spicoli said that he would drive me.
Yes, I can make it, but your father wants one of those exact days, and I can't give that to him.
Well, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. Couldn't you just ask your employer or whatever to give you one of those days off?
I don't know, because this month is going to be, but are you doing your thing regardless? Are you going to a podcast or whatever that is?
I'm gonna send whatever podcast the dates, and hopefully they'll have me on sometime. But Michael, are you coming?
Vegas is a long way, but whatever is in LA. Is that right?
Santa Barbara.
Are you coming to LA for that? Oh, it's in Santa Barbara?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a little further. It's almost the same distance as Vegas from here. I don't know. God, you're going to try to get me out of my house? That's a big ask.
It'll be funny, don't you think? The porn awards? Best anal scene? You don't want to be there? The gang?
Why would it have to be the anal scene? There's better scenes than that.
I don't know if that is for the awards.
Best DP.
There's a convention. Yeah.
Is it AVN? Wait,
Well,
yeah. Is it
AVN
awards or conventions?
Well, the convention is during the day.
That's going to be like booths and displays and stars and meetups and stuff like that?
Yeah, those are during the day. Whenever they open.
Michael, you can meet your favorite cam girl. I'm sure you have a few. Cam guy.
Girls.
Up to you.
Nope, not into cam stuff. I've seen a couple of pornographic videos before though.
You've done some research.
I've seen a couple of those, and they seem like cool. They seem like cool people. It might be fun to meet one of them.
Meet them, shake their hand.
Yeah,
I wanna do like a little interview thing, and I was thinking I could say, so what does your father think about all this? As a question.
Yeah, it's like, but for me, I said I'm going.
I'm pretty sure they'll kick me out.
Yeah, for life affirming experiences, Grace, like there to do that. Like I said, when I'm going there, like I said, to get to actually do porn too in there,
Mm-hmm. And well, you can't do that on stream, but we can arrange it on stream, and then you can go film that yourself. We'll
well, why don't you do a porn, Grace, and start putting it on OnlyFans? That's very lucrative.
Well, maybe I can meet one of these porn star guys, and they would want to collab, and we'll see where it goes. But I mean,
oh no, I'm not talking about the porn star guy. I'm talking about I want to do it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Well, we'll see where it goes.
And put it on OnlyFans.
Chemistry has to be there, my man. We got to work it out in person, IRL.
And, also, the money. It's about we got to figure out the money side too. We got to figure out the compensation.
I do want you to help me start my OnlyFans.
A wing woman on that. Well, yeah, listen. do you see this streamer Amaranth? Amaranth,
yeah, I know
you pronounce her name. This woman has, whenever she has made $50 million. $50 million, which is the case of the sad state of men, or maybe it's always been that way. I don't know. I don't think I could help most of them.
To me, she made a lot of money off OnlyFans. You could say this is coping because I don't have tits or an ass or whatever, but like she has huge thighs and a huge ass. I don't see the appeal. She looks like an animal to me, but
I've only seen her face.
I don't love her. I never watched her body type.
I'm sure there's streamers out there, Grace.
Yeah, nice face. Yeah,
that don't make even a fraction of what she makes, and probably a lot more life affirming than just sitting in a goddamn hot stub. What does she talk about? Does she talk about anything?
I've tried to watch one of her streams before. It is unbelievably boring. You would not believe it.
So again, most of these men are vanilla men. Right. That men want that vanilla, boring, type. Not the AVN.
I don't really understand.
She doesn't really need
to be honest, because she has an OnlyFans, but then she streams for like 5 hours.
Yeah, but she doesn't. But
are guys jerking off while she's on?
But Grace, there's porn stars.
I don't get it, really.
There's porn stars, and there's OnlyFans nothings. The OnlyFans nothings are they call themselves porn stars, but these are women that will either take tit shots. I guess if you're a woman, I guess you could do it too if you could get paid for it. But they're not doing hardcore scenes. They're not doing, threesomes and whatnot. I'm sure she isn't. As far as I know, when I looked at her Wikipedia, she isn't. I don't even follow that shit. I don't care about that. I want to be in the porn. Okay? I'm not looking to look at it, watch it. I'm not there to watch even as a voyeur at a swing club. I'm in there to be an active participant.
Hey, let me ask you a question. If you watch your own porn, does that make you a cuck?
Maybe I wouldn't watch, even if I had a lot of porns, I probably wouldn't watch it. Probably just due to, I don't know, psychological issues or just, watching yourself. I have a problem watching myself as it is, but that's a lot of people. But I have no problem making it. I like
my chat is telling me to leave. This sucks. Are you guys getting all triggered by the porn talk?
Are they anti-porn people?
I don't know.
They don't want you to experience.
I'm finding out who the anti-porn people are.
They don't want Michael to experience life-affirming activity. They want to keep them all to themselves. Stay in.
Yeah, shouldn't he? If he can make it out, I recommend that. If you've never seen an AVN, granted I haven't seen them in a while, but AVN conventions are very fun.
Well, I'm going to go there with
maybe
Spicoli, the 65-year-old weed smoker from San Diego, or wherever he's from.
Is he from San Diego?
Yeah, but are you just
find out if he is? Is he driving? I'll carpool with Spicoli and live stream it.
Yes, can you do that?
Maybe if he's down here.
An 85 Beamer. It's so funny, and he just sits there and he'll toke up the whole time.
85 Beamer.
He's going to be my chauffeur. He said he would.
Yeah, that's kind of sounds.
So
awesome.
it's a fun thing, I would say, to even though I haven't been to one in a long time. I'm sure it's changed.
We'll get the whole squad together. It'll be so fun. We can go out and have a night on the town.
Honestly, but this is the thing, and I can't tell you a particular day.
Also, I'm going to try to get Lalo and Darius to come. I don't know if they will, but Darius is.
Well, that's fine. Well, I think everybody could use a good AVN experience.
I might fucking try to kill those guys.
I don't care. I'm not there to look at Lalo and whoever the hell they are. I'm there, like I said, I'm looking at brothers, and I'm looking at the life affirmation that's in that area, which is a quite beautiful thing. It's a quite beautiful thing, and like I said, I can't say that particular day, so I don't know if you're buying tickets for all those days or how many days it's in here for, 3 or 4.
Well, I'm gonna get a plane ticket for the 24th to the 25th. And Spicoli's going to pick me up, and then I'm going to be in Vegas for a day or two to go to the AVN with him and whoever else I can bring along. And then he's going to drive me back to, like, Santa Barbara, I think. I think he lives in Palm Springs, maybe, and he'll drop me off in Santa Barbara. But if I can get him on the Whatever podcast with me, I'll bring him along. But if not, then he'll just drop me.
What is the Whatever
Spicoli
podcast
lives in Palm Springs?
About?
Yeah.
What do they talk about?
I think.
What are they, a dating show? What are they, a dating show?
What is the Whatever podcast? Yeah, it's like a show about
lifestyle, relationship, red pill sort of podcast.
Yeah.
Live.
Oh,
they have like
great.
OnlyFans, Instagram girls on, and then they talk about dating and.
Like that show.
I have no idea what I'm gonna say, but
like Fresh and Fit.
Yeah,
like Fresh and Fit.
All right, well, keep it open. I didn't say no, Gray. I said just keep it open.
It's a pretty big show, by the way. They have big
regardless. It's good content, whatever. I said this month happens. Your father doesn't understand that, though. See, your father doesn't understand a car repair, things the things certain had in a back.
No, not at all.
That I couldn't get away from. Believe me, if I could have, I would have. But it's him. It's like, it's not because he's painting his life in cope, so he doesn't see the real life. It's covered by the cope. So as he paints in
his life is cope. There is no real
exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Nothing underneath it.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Dude, I would love to see Hormaxer on Whatever. Sorry, what?
Me too.
I bet they would love to have you on, and if they got you on Hormaxer, your channel would 10x in one day. You would blow up.
Can you
no bullshit? They get
on there
thousands of live viewers.
Though, can you go remotely from there, or do they have?
You need to go to Santa Barbara to be on it. No, you want to be in the studio.
You have to go.
No, it'd be so funny. You could come with me and Spicoli, and you could come on, and I'll say this is my pimp. Be so. He's so perfect. Yeah. He's helping me start an OnlyFans. They love you because you like are real. You're gritty. You're raw.
I bet if you just showed him. Showed them his channel, they would love to have it. I bet they would be like, yeah, bring this guy on.
Yes,
they would want to have you on their show.
I'm telling
Because
you,
you would be a unique flavor. I'm like, I'm not even
Yes.
bullshitting you. I'm not blowing smoke.
A large platform. Well, we'll see if we can get on.
Like to have like an extremely red pilled, like a MGTOW, sex positive guy
Well,
like you,
definitely
swing
sex
your clubs and
positive. I
stuff.
don't know if it's
That episode would blow up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they have all the same guys. They have like these sort of vaguely
They usually
Christian,
have boring motherfuckers. They had
boring-
Andrew Wilson on there for a week.
Yeah,
He's
I don't know who
he's
that
the
is.
top tier they can do. He's like this ranting religious kind of like
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
no, they
vaguely
would. It
red
would.
pill
You would,
guy.
dude. It
Like
would
they
be.
got
It would,
problems.
they'd go
We got a
crazy.
lot of problems
See,
with that.
thank
But they
you,
have
Michael.
huge audience for some reason. They have so many people, like normies. They just like flock to watch that show. Like
Yeah, I like to
thousands.
make the note that those type people they kind of
That's what I've been telling Uncle
kind of
Matt.
You
pass
would
I was
stand
like,
out.
this guy is a unique flavor that I could bring there because
Can I wear my
whatever.
Speedo?
At the end of the day, I'm
Honestly,
just
they
another
would let
mid-white
you.
girl,
They would
but
love it.
You are interesting.
Yeah.
They let the
All
girls
right,
are all
well,
skimped up. They want to have weird, sexy stuff on the show.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, let's go. I mean, I'm going to end this one here. I mean, great. Are you somewhere else or are you with Ben?
I got kicked out again because he didn't like the way I handed him a cigarette, and he went on a fucking hour-long.
Well, where did you go? So you didn't hand the cigarette correctly.
I'm upstairs in the upstairs apartment. He's like, I'm never talking to you again. You are in the hands of Satan.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Fucking
Satan.
Awesome.
And when all else fails, go to the religious cope because you can always just tell somebody, I think you're probably gonna go to hell, but I don't judge. But I think
Well, there you go. There you go. All right, let's keep the books open and everything. Everybody, Big Tech, have a
nice
good
to see
one.
you, Grace. Really nice to meet you, Hormaxer. I think you're a
good
cool,
talking to you. It was very
weird
nice
guy
talking
that's like
to you.
a cool, kind of weird.
Yes, good to talking to you. Had a nice conversation, and
he's very unique. We love him.
Explain to your father too, Grace, about exactly how he told how Ben paints.
I will. He'll start talking to me once he gets hungry.
All right. Sounds good, everybody. All right.
Bye.
Have a good one.